In this instructional video, I'll be going over the BPA style, or Business Professionals of America style, on how to create a table specifically without borders, although most of this would apply for a table with borders. And all credit for the material goes to the BPA. This was their problem and intended for the use of BPA students. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to note is that my job says that I need to key the following table without borders according to our style and reference manual. This is the page for a table without borders from your style and reference manual with my notes all over it. And use column heads of time, presenter, and topic. Sort the list by time in ascending order. So we know we have to sort this. So I could come over here and I could immediately do my usual no spacing, Times New Roman, size 12, and type in my titles, which it says the top one is just size 12, all caps. So new employee orientation, and then a double space, Friday, now just regular, Friday, February 19th, 2016 is my subtitle. And I would center those, as you can see is done on here. And then a quad space, which means you hit enter 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you would enter your table. So I could come up here and I could insert a table of 3 wide and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different times. I could do it this way, but because of this sort function that's required, it's actually a little bit easier, I think, to open up an Excel and just type your data in there first. So that's what I'm going to show you. So we'll do 9 o'clock, 9:05. 9:10. I like to type in columns versus across. 10:15, 10:30, 11:15, 11:30, and noon. And then here we go, Nancy Wells, Harvey Rosen, Edna Rennick, administrative support, and break, in parentheses, lowercase, coffee and rolls. Julie Smith, human resources, break. I'm doing lots of breaking in this. Oh, see, it auto-filled that, so I gotta make sure that that doesn't happen. Ooh, tried to do it again. So if you just enter a few more spaces after break, it won't do that. And then Roger, Meyer, marketing, and lunch. I'm going to go ahead and double click to get the best fit for this. And then go to my third column, welcome, payroll, financial regulations, logistics, processes, procedures. And there's the break, so it's a blank one. Julie Smith, benefits, enrollment, and benefits. Everyone loves HR. Company, image, and branding. Okay, so now that I've typed this data, I can probably come in here, and I'm going to leave this noon out because it's not going to sort the same as the rest of these times, but I should be able to do a data sort by column A, smallest to largest. Okay, so now see what happened there? It fixed this for me. You want to make sure when you sort it though that you grab all of the columns so that that data stays linked across where it belongs. So now that we've done this, and we can see in this chart it looks like data is generally aligned to the same way as our numbers here. So we'll go ahead and just try to fix that. It's easier to find things with your full screen, I think. So we'll go to the Home tab, and we will align them all. So now noon fits there, and it looks like the text is all left in their example here, so we'll leave our text to the left. And it told us to use column heads of time, presenter, and topic. So what we would want to do is just right click, insert one above here, and time, presenter, topic. And their column heads have bold and underline. So we will do that. And let's see, underline column headings and double space after the heading. So that's interesting. A double space would theoretically be a blank line, I think. So now we'll just select all of our data here. Now that we've messed with it and sorted it, we'll copy it from our Excel. We'll come right over here, right click, and I'm just going to paste and keep the source formatting. Look at that. My table came in, no borders, looks nice. And what else do we need to remember here? Okay, so we didn't have any totals to worry about on this one, but we do need to do a vertical centered page layout, page setup. The layout is top centered. Okay, so we need to page layout. I want to select this. So it'll let me. There we go. Vertical centered in our page layout. Page setup. The layout tab. And vertical alignment centered. Okay. So now when we look at it like it was going to print, it is on the middle of our page. And our margins are 1 inch, so we didn't have to change anything because they should be, oh, that was crazy. Margin should still be 1 inch. Didn't change it. This is important though, to always remember to put your titles on before you start your table, because once you put your table in, if it's at the very top, you can't hardly click in there to shift that table down to put your title and your subtitle in. So be very careful to always do this part first. And let me just show you really quickly how this could work if you didn't want to do it in Excel. All right, as you can see here, I have switched to a Google Sheet, which is what many of you choose to use, and that's great. You have it pretty well anywhere. So the first thing I want to do again is type in all caps, new, oh, wrong. The first thing I want to do is change my font, which is here, Times New Roman 12, and then there is no spacing button, so you're going to have to manually go to single and make sure that there's no spacing before or after. Okay, so now we should be ready to go. New employee orientation, double space, Friday, February 19, 2016. And you can insert a table, and we want it to be 3 by, it doesn't really matter because we can delete what we don't need. So then you can see it comes in a little differently with 3 exactly the same width columns. So type some data in. Now you pretty well have to tab over. I didn't get the caps lock on. And this was not supposed to be caps, which I think you can come up. Oh, I don't remember how to do it in Google. You can change the case somewhere. Okay, so now we're back here, 9:45. This is where you want to be very careful because I can't sort this in Google. Or maybe there's an add-on that I don't know about, possible. But I would just make sure to type it in order. Because Edna actually comes before Harvey. And in our Excel file, we got to sort that so it was correct. We're actually going to have to type it in order here. All right, and then you would do the 9:45. Harvey, I'm just going to make this go a little faster. And 10:15. Bake. And 10:30. Julie. Jar. And what else? 11:15. Another break. And notice I tabbed over and another line just automatically showed up. Now we got Roger. And he's doing, oop, my bad. He was 11:30. Okay. So now I have this table and I need these to be aligned to the other side, which I can do. I can change this to right align. And we also need it to be a little smaller because these other two columns need some space. And now administrative support fit, oop, right there. So now all of my text fits. So you have to do a little bit of manual manipulation sometimes. But you can do it this way. It's not wrong. And then in order to get rid of your borders, you can see I'm not showing you the entire thing in Docs, but to get rid of your borders, you need to have this all get highlighted here. There we go. We should be able to find, there it is, this little arrow. But I don't want any borders, none. So maybe just hitting that, nope. I know there's a border width 0. There we go. That made them go away. So you could do a table without borders that way. But for BPA, I would definitely suggest Word, and using Excel is a good tool to get your table to come in cleanly. Of course, you can create a table in Word, but you know, there's a lot of ways you can do this. I just showed you my favorite way. So, good luck.